say such very bad things?
As a well, it must have been the wind. Be darn. But actually, wait. All right, Eric's. No, I should probably just ask the dragons. But
Uh-huh.
also welcome, Callie. Welcome again.
Oh,
Hard.
yeah,
Alone again, please.
it's been an exhausting day. It has been a very, very exhausting day, actually.
After getting shot, I mean, I imagine so.
Yeah, kind of.
No context.
Yeah, no context. I got shot. Clickbait, not clickbait.
Not clickbait.
In a hood.
Alright. So, you see, everyone's here, but so far half the people here haven't responded to anything yet. Dating.
Give them time.
Well, alright, is that gonna cost another wish spell?
No. I mean, you could spend the wish spell to do it, but nothing would happen.
Eric's like, please waste your wish spells, thank you.
No, it's literally you who says this. Oh, not me at all. I am just chilling, minding my own business.
Someone's being witty today. See?
Okay. Da, da, da,
Do. Alright. Probably just well, while people are waking up and checking into D&D, I'm gonna use the bathroom really quick.
Okay. Okay. Oh, oh boy, let's see. Hello? Anybody else? Hello? Hello? God damn.
Donut at the moment.
Hey, Callie. Oh, God. Are you excited? No. That's the spirit, I guess. What about you, War? Are you excited?
I'm alright. I'm ready. I'm good.
Okay, Julie. Julie's here. What about again?
Yeah.
Again, my boy. My boy. The one who shows up equal amount of times as zero campaigns. Whew.
Yeah, I'm here. Just give me a moment.
Yeah. Oh boy. I just need to make sure that everything is very alright. Nothing sussy, Yeah. Okay. So.
I have returned.
Hello.
And I got form.
So, I gotta ask one simple question of all of you. It's the same one I ask every single week. Are you all ready? Are you ready?
For
Yep.
chaos.
Sure.
True.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, son?
Are you ready, kids?
Ah,
Okay, I got the reference.
yeah, true. Anyway, so last we left off, you were essentially isekai'd back by Terry and his wish spell. Terry fixing his relationship goals and then discussing what Terry has witnessed in his past 24 hours that did not exist before they were kind of apprehended by the clique and two additional liches, taken somewhere in some sort of place or plane or whatever it might be, where Terry wandered for a very long time. About 4 minutes to be precise, somewhere around that time. And you were brought back a lot more tired than you were previously. Uh, and you were told by Ducklick, or I guess by Havel in Ducklick's stead, that if there is gonna be a plan, if there is gonna be a leader, again should be the one who lead, and told you
And our
to
overlord.
yes, and that you all should prepare and not waste time to getting Kurian dead. Um, but essentially, then we kind of tried to decide on a plan of action, while Warham got in contact with Sixtooth again and provided with the name and what he might look like, the descendants of Paranama. Warham also reminded Callie about a specific someone, a crescent, a moonstone dragon by name of Crescent, that Callie made contact previously a few weeks or so. And yeah, you decided to take up on that assignment, as you are literally just waiting for Six Souls, I guess, come up with the information. One teleportation spell, you teleport somewhere way ahead of time, and it was relatively, alright. Middle desert, there's nothing there. Literally no landmarks, no nothing. And then you teleport again, this time in a cave. Under in this glassy interior. You wandered following this odd little sound of cooing and cawing, and found yourself in this very neatly organized place, with a bunch of you could say artifacts, or I guess not artifacts isn't great things of power, but very neatly placed items, from tapestries to pots to rods and metal objects of a bygone age. And there was Kenku, quite old, quite fat, missing a single eye, but replaced with this golden eye patch, who was basically mind his own business on this makeshift throne. You talked to him, asking about the presence of Crescent and where she might be. He told you that she is here, but she will not come out until she does, and he has no power over it. And technically, last we left off, you were literally in the middle of this discussion of the Kenku in front of you, who seems not even like in any sort of trouble, or I guess panic, just minding his own business, sitting on his makeshift throne and smoking a pipe, observing you cautiously. So what is everybody? Wait. Oh no. No. Why did this? Why did this? Wait. Why did this happen? There. What?
Tick block, our greatest enemy.
Shut up. Come on.
There we go.
Yes. So yeah, at the moment it's going a bit to the evening. You see remnants of light above through the glass ceiling that is neatly shining towards you. So what does everybody like to do? Hmm?
If I remember correctly, we're all waiting for the dragon to wake up.
Kinda, yeah. Or I guess you just had the realization that the Kenku said that the dragon is somewhere here but sleeping, and she won't come out, nor does he has any way or
He gave us
motive-
like an estimate of like a few hours or something.
yeah, a few hours.
So I guess it's a waiting game unless he does something tricky.
For
Is
the
that
So, Callie, I know you're very proficient at waking up people this way. If you want, I'll true polymorph that thing into a door, and you can cast fucking knock on it and wake everyone up again.
maybe we not be rude to the nice house guest that let us walk into his cave without much introduction.
I mean, true enough, but I don't think he'd put up much of a fight against any of us, to be honest.
I'd rather
I'm
not.
just going to ask, is the kind of height and size of this whole room, does it look like a dragon could have come down this way?
No, this thing would maybe. Whew, no. This is very small and very maybe a young dragon maybe could get past into this place, but well, I mean technically you don't know how big this
Okay.
is as a dragon.
Well, with that in mind, I guess I'll ask Callie, how old or big is this dragon the last time you saw them?
Is adult going on
In cave math.
ancient?
Adult, so, and I kind of glance around, bigger than this.
Yeah,
Well,
Callie.
dragons,
Well, yeah,
dragons can turn into like a humanoid form, so I wouldn't be surprised if she was in humanoid form getting in through there.
You could just ask the bird.
I'm just thinking that if it was at its normal size, it could have come in a different passage. So I mean, I'm still good with waiting, just letting it wake up. But
Yeah.
if its nap takes a bit too long, we could go try and find it ourselves. But I'm good waiting for a bit.
Alright. With that said, Terry kind of pulls out one of the bags of holding. We should probably talk about using this at some point. He pulls out the twig with 2 leaves on it. At this point, I'm getting closer and closer to the point where I'll actually be able to replicate the general effect of this item here. Probably better we make use of it now.
I kind of just
Or at
look at it
least-
and go, "You mean wood?"
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. A wish spell. It's got 2 of them.
Oh,
Oh, he looks around. Again, our overlord. Any idea?
I don't fucking know.
are you just gonna just in the middle of this like a kind of
Hey.
wide area just stand and
You don't have to
wait?
use it now, but like, I mean,
Hey,
Worm's
Wasn't
gonna kind
there-
of like very.
wasn't there a talk of, someone bringing up their mansion, and while we wait?
I'll probably be the best for security. wouldn't it?
I'm just gonna ask, and Vorm's there, like staring at it, stroking his beard. We're ruling out the option of just wishing for this all to solve itself. Yeah.
I have a feeling people
just
with his access to
checking.
the like he nods like yeah. I
Just
have a
making
feeling
sure
it
we're not taking like the long way around.
would suck.
Well, I think, the course of events that's going on, even as mighty as the power of wish is. Like, according to Terry here, he's already, back traveled again. And some people we've learned are not affected.
Yeah, I have a feeling
Doesn't
if
necessarily have to be time travel.
I mean,
What I'm saying, if some people can push themselves outside of time, what else are they able to overcome?
Okay.
well, I'll put it like this: if the problem
well,
could be solved with a wish spell, it would have been solved by now.
as you're having this discussion, you see the Kenku kind of finishes the pipe, looks at it and kind of hits it against its a leg and kind of gets the remaining embers out of it, and then kind of looks at all of you as he kind of slightly waddles back on the ground, and it kind of walks towards you and past you, and looking at you, Worum, he just kind of says, "You can stay here if you want. Do not touch any of my stuff. I'll be back in maybe 2 or 3 days."
Oh wait, I have a
Cool.
question for you.
Uh-huh.
Actually, you. You seem rather experienced with collecting items.
Uh-huh.
Would you say you're proficient with identifying items beyond the normal abilities?
He kind of squints at you. Oddly specific, but okay, so.
Well, I guess that there's two questions. There's one, this old trinket that's probably nothing, but, I thought I'd get it checked out by, it's a hunch, but, I'm a paranoid fellow. It brings out the old black obelisk. It's probably just, nothing but a normal low-end spell casting focus. But, I
If
got
you
some
twist the
weird
bottom, it
reaction.
vibrates.
Oh yeah, that thing.
It does not.
He kind
Here's
of looks at it. Oh, that's just an obelisk, and then he kind of.
Thank you. And and second question, there's a legend attached to this lance. He pulls out his. Well, actually, it's probably already out. He kind of more clearly displays his lance. But legend lore wouldn't reveal exactly what that legend is. Would you know anything about this?
Maybe when I come back, I can tell you something at the moment. And he kind of.
Are you going for a casual 3-day walk through the desert?
Just a leisurely stroll. You're going to collect more things to bring back.
Well, it's not exactly a usual thing, but I ran out of tobacco, so.
Oh, all right.
So you're just
So you just
going down to
going
the
to the
shop.
store. Yeah, you just go to the store. I'll be back.
You seen how
Can I do an insight check?
Sure, roll me an inside check.
Thank you.
What
Mark.
level of bullshit this is?
I think I need to. I'll assist you on that. Go ahead.
Literally, Warren just squints.
and this fat can't just get
Oh my god.
surprise. Okay, hold on. You're gonna roll. What are you?
He's rolling the second one.
Oh, sorry. Did someone say? Was someone else doing it, or did I get?
Advantage. Sure,
You get
sure.
advantage.
Ben's got your back,
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
assisting you.
and your
Yeah.
fellow
So
reasonable.
that is a
being.
plus. 15. Sorry, remind me. What's that plus again?
No, you roll twice.
Yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, it's an advantage. Sorry, damn it. Sorry.
Worm, you doing okay?
No,
Alright,
great.
not going as the first
Not
one.
there.
So yeah, you just kind of examine the Kenku's reasoning, and he seems genuine, as he seems to be kind of
He's
frustrated.
genuinely going to go get some tobacco. In the
Hey,
desert.
it takes, well, I guess it would if we're in like the desert. I guess it'd take him a few days to get to the nearest town.
Yes.
I feel bad for this Kenku. We
Hey,
walk up onto
what
his property,
does
judge
this
him,
room
and then...
have? A bunch of his stuff just in it.
Well, yeah. You see, you see the.
Is there a smoking pipe anywhere here?
I mean, he had a pipe on him while you interacted with him.
Okay.
And the thing
And it
that-
is empty.
Yeah,
Alright.
he emptied it
Okay.
out, looked at it, and then kind of waddled down and walked.
I
Just
think this guy's
walk
okay for now.
Yeah.
I think
He's like 4.5 foot tall. He's a stouty little Kenku.
maybe we should. He knows the way to the nearest tobacco supply anyway.
Terry leans over to Worm. You don't need to take his leg. Kenku back.
Don't take
Alright.
this one's legs. We've made that mistake.
Like slightly Kenku racist. Hold up.
It's like, okay, but all seriousness aside, Callie, we need to find your friend.
Mhm.
I don't think we really have too much time to wait for them to wake up. As much as they want their beauty sleep. We are on kind of a time crunch here.
Mhm.
I mean, do we know where the dragon is? This cave is pretty
I mean, does this cave continue on for
Is
further
there a
No,
out?
way to
it looks.
calmly wake up a dragon?
Well, first of all, you don't see anyone besides the Kenku who is now leaving if you don't stop him. This place is sort of like a dead end. There's like it's all jagged, see-through glass as walls and ceiling. You can see that there's some sand, like I guess you assume like quite thin layers of sand above it, so that you see even the light slightly beam down. So you're probably quite close to the surface. But rather than that, no, it seems like you're at the end of, I guess, a certain section of the tunnel that is just wide.
Well, I mean, theoretically, all we have to do is, like, now that we've been here, we know the dragon's in one piece, theoretically. We could just head on our way and then message the dragon in, like, 4 hours or something.
I'm gonna ask the king before he like chance to leave completely. Is this it here? Like, is there any other pathways, tunnels, underground?
This has been my domain for 13 or 14 decades or so. So I know all the nooks and crannies of this cave, and he kind of looks at you. You all will make it out if you wish so. It's relatively compact in some places. Looks at you, Worum. You might need to breathe in at some point.
I'm gonna suck it in.
We
Very
looked at the
nice.
dwarf and not Terry for that. The ultimators.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Could you like which way is the dragon? So we know which way they'd be coming from.
He just points in the middle of the chamber. She don't even try to dig at it, because the glass isn't vulnerable. That's why I made this my dwelling. And you will probably clatter my stuff. Don't do that. She will manifest there whenever she needs to. Or wants to.
Before you go, I don't think we got your name. Which number are you?
Number?
I'm assuming you might have a number. Are you familiar with 2? No?
Terry, a bit of confusion.
You see all of a sudden as he like walks like a step or so away, and then looks back at you, Julie, and you see in the shadowy darkness of like further into the cave, you see the golden runes on his eye patch start to slightly glow, and it kind of points a finger at you, Julie. Do not ever compare me to that bitch.
Man, you've gotten called that like 2 sessions in a row now.
Well,
No. He
no,
didn't
he,
call
he was
Julie.
he was
Yeah.
calling 2 a bitch,
Yes.
which, I mean, technically he's not wrong. But which number are you?
I do not possess a number, for I'm not in their damn council. Fucking idiots.
Oh, I
He
see.
kind of immediately points at all of you. Are you in any cahoots with them?
No.
Honestly,
Good.
we're just on the
Don't.
Noted.
Kind of nods. That kind of looks
Oh,
back. Now I don't
thanks for
even
the
know.
advice.
I don't I'm now not even certain if I could keep you in here.
Oh, it's fine.
Dude, we
Good.
can go with that sending spell idea, guys. We don't have to be here if we know the dragon's coming back.
Somebody roll me a persuasion check on
Julie.
One
Really?
persuasion.
Yeah. I guess I'll volunteer for persuasion.
Oh, poor you. What will ever you do with your modifier?
Oh
Such a
no!
ridiculous modifier.
I might even need advantage on this one. I'm not sure if I'll ever
You could
be
get a
able to
nat
pass.
1 and still do enough just persuade someone to commit suicide. Like, I don't know what you want from here.
I mean, if you really need the advantage, like, oh yes.
Again, that's enough.
Okay, let's see here.
The ultimate need. Exactly. Man being sitting in 1K for 14 decades. Ultimate. Yes.
37.
Hmm.
37?
You see the eye patch glow, the glow in the eye patch slightly dims as he kind of looks back into the path he was considering walking, then looks back at you. You're a bunch of messed up people if you know too. Damn.
Oh, tell me about it.
You have no idea.
So
Terry puts on Dread Helm? Maybe.
So, I don't know when Crescent is out. She's welcome. I don't know if you're welcome. So she can guide you out of here. Don't mess with my stuff. He kind of looks at all of you, kind of like slightly moves his finger around as he kind of eyes you.
We'll do our best to behave. I promise.
He kind of nods himself, and then he kind of turns back and just walks away from, I guess, the main vault of this. Yeah. So, is there anything you want to do? Peruse in the vault of this man.
Guys, about that wish bell. Actually, wait. I should probably have done this first, but I'm gonna follow up the question, about the Lance's legend, with our dragon pals.
Oh, what would you wish to
Trying
ask?
to-
Which dragon?
Acting.
That's a good question.
What you wish to
The one
ask?
Oh, sorry.
Or how you would begin this conversation?
I kind of like look up because there's nowhere to look to talk to things in your own head. Terry looks around, looks up, just dragon twins. A question about the legend attached to this weapon. Can you elaborate on exactly what that is? You guys see Terry just talking out aloud.
I mean, Terry, do you want me to try to identify? See if I can get any information out of it.
Moments pass. No response, no different sensation, nothing.
Alright. Back later. Thank you for the offer again, but if the children of Mistra couldn't, I highly doubt any of us are capable.
I mean, doesn't hurt to try, might be.
You want to go for it? You can.
I'm not even gonna copy and paste it, but essentially
I have the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got nothing else better to do right now.
Yeah.
I know the weapons and gear they have on better than they do. Like Gens probably forgot about his vivification on his.
So how would you pass the time?
Guys, have you ever played long formats of rock paper scissors?
Guys, how about lunch, guys? Like,
Is at Cali for honey hospitality?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. If Terry's story was true, isn't he supposed to be ending the world tonight?
Probably.
Vorm kind of just spits. He's taking like a drink out of his water, and then he's just like, "What? Sorry."
well, we don't know if it's what he was going to do was going to be tonight, or if it was you jumping the gun, kind of push things ahead.
But can we really take that risk with the end of the world on the line?
No, I mean he's pretty much aware. When I talked to the eyeball, he was pretty much aware of what happened.
What if we use the wish spell to make him unaware again? Look,
Okay.
Erase his memories of the forgotten time.
And,
I mean,
We wish to cast Feeble Mind on him.
no.
I don't know if that's good.
okay,
If
calm
you
down.
forget.
Calm down. Oh, the DM forgets. Shut up. So, so here's a very peculiar thing, right? How would you proceed here? Are you gonna do anything, or are you just gonna sit around and wait?
I think we should probably go in to help, make sure the end of the world doesn't happen. I think we should probably get on with that and then come back to this. I feel like, doing this will take a couple hours. Maybe we can come back after this little thing is done or we're dead, and then
What?
back up with the dragon.
So what would you be doing now?
Okay, so how
Because
are
Final
we
decision
leaving?
is Gen, so my suggestion.
I mean, again, you're the leader, so you make the decision, but what is it? We need to find a gold dragon tooth and...
Yeah,
What else
we're
was it?
still we're still waiting from the word of where the descendant is. We're still waiting on these cuffs that Tucklick are working on. Like, we're pretty much sitting and waiting for a lot of things to get finished.
Yeah, feels like the only thing we can actually proactively do is this saving the world thing.
I mean, and again, I think if we try to go after Kurian now, we'll be jumping the gun. Not prepared.
We should at least get some prep done for that then? Like, that's the wise thing. Terry looks at Stick.
Some prepping would be good.
Well, one really good way to pass some time if we're just trying to kill time.
Don't
I
kill
turn
time,
towards
it's getting
Borum.
very angry.
I cast Otto's Irresistible Dance on Borum.
No! No. I will have my bitch. Alright, I mean, do I do a save, or is it just automatic?
No, safe.
Well, you got 6 seconds of automatic dance, and then you can try and do a wisdom save against 35.
Alright, wisdom save, I imagine.
Yeah, 35. Do you have the modifier?
Can you get higher than 35? Can you
I
even
don't think
equal
so.
35?
So
I
you're.
don't think so, no.
So you're. Okay.
I will dance my way over towards Julie.
Dance
will-
fighting.
Try to fucking slap them in the face.
Okay. I just imagine this is warm at the moment. I had to do it too, warm.
Like, it's hard to notice with a dread helm over his head, but if it wasn't, you guys could tell that Terry's holding in laughter or try and stand up.
Oh,
Glad
yeah,
my
no,
suffering amuses you all.
The best part is just there's no music. There's just fucking sand, just ambience of the wind.
It points to Callie, quick, drop a beat.
Be dancing around him playing the violin, just trying to evade his hits while I'm playing.
Do I actually give you the music? It's a 3-minute song that actually plays when that happens.
Yes.
Yes, it is Julie and Callie. They pull out their instruments and are playing as they're dancing around.
No. It's literally this jib the scene. There's a specific song that plays and it's called Proto Rave.
Yeah.
I think we should do it.
You're
Shilling Disco Lyceum, let's go.
At this point, you can even hear like all giggling from the helmet.
I mean, I just And again, just
Warren,
sits down cross-legged
this-
and just
You,
covers his face.
you have done many things in your lifetime, many that you regret. Now, you're literally puppeteered by a god to do dancing in a random cave in a desert. I would like you to roll me a D100.
Oh no.
It's just-
Patron
and
level!
this-
D100, let's go.
Why?
It's just,
Yeah, D100, let's go.
Why?
Because why not? Let's go.
I'm asking
roll.
why.
You
Yeah,
figure it out
well,
why.
Eric,
sets,
what are you up to?
Let's go.
You roll it.
Good, Eric.
You roll it.
Well,
You won't tell me why. I'm not gonna roll it.
Are you automatically
Yes, you
are you failing it?
Yeah, sure.
don't do that.
it's not a fail check. It's a
really
D100.
bad idea.
Fail a D100.
Really? You're automatically failing it? Oh. God
Well, if
damn.
you're not telling me while I'm rolling it, then I'm not gonna roll it, which means I automatically fail it.
Roll for ascension.
I fail.
Well, anyway, yeah, you're basically a man on the string, puppeteered by Julie's desires. What is everybody else doing as Forum is?
So as this goes on, I kind of nudge, like I slowly walk over it again, like sidestepping over it again, hold up the stick. Oh.
So,
Our grand overlord.
I at this point I'm just like I just sit cross-legged with my face in my hands and I'm just okay. Yeah, this is what it comes down to. Fate of the world. And we're waiting on a sleeping dragon, we're waiting on a descendant of a dragon, we're waiting on people to be. He's just like, can we use one of those wishes to kind of protect us from any type of time manipulation?
Probably not. But, you know, the good news is that we are connected. We're currently, quote unquote, being watched by people who can. And I was, well, honestly, I'm not actually sure how long I was there. Harry looks off to the distance for a bit. Anyways, when I was in that inner vision where I just teleported around, it was weird time, wibbly wobbly stuff. I think we're connected to the right people. I think we'll be fine. Hopefully. If not, we got a second wish for emergency use. It has 2 wishes.
Can we use that? I don't know. How can we utilize this to give us an edge against, especially with Kurian?
Make him forget everything about us, or accept everything everything about us that's happened within the last week or something. Preferably, actually, like last 2 days. Really.
Okay, so
Like that'd be.
besides torturing Warren, right? just idling, right?
We're trying to talk about what we can do.
Wish spell, yeah. We want to we're talking about using a 9th level spell here,
Okay.
Don't rush the process. But I think a memory modification of 9th level is probably effective.
But how do we know it'll be effective against him? I'm pretty sure he's, especially knowing that we're manipulating time. How do we know he's not
I mean,
fortified
I
himself?
guess we could ask an expert. Sending stone, Ducklick. Hey, Ducklick, do you got a moment? I have a question about magic resistance.
Ask.
So currently, what makes our mission of killing this this age difficult is he knows we're going after him. Is it possible to use a wish spell to undo that, knowledge?
That is not my area of expertise.
All right, thank you. He says it's good. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Voron kind of just points to the actual stick, and he's like, "So that's the wish spell."
Yes. I mean, the leaves are technically
The
speaking.
leaves
stick's
are
just
the
a
ones
stick.
giving off the magic, and they're just connected to a stick.
No, yeah. Eric, if I remember correctly, if we do something spectacular or fell a great enemy, doesn't this like grow another leaf?
Yes.
We might get a leaf for killing this guy in the first place, so might be worth it to spend one on.
It's.
So,
I mean,
Eric's.
I mean, do we know? Do we pretty much know or can figure that he's close to Paranama? So we know where he's.
okay, so I have a thing. Is anybody discuss what you want, but tell me when you actually wanna wait.
Got it. It's all good for me.
Right.
But yeah, no, I guess I've suggested my idea is either that or we can wish for something for us.
Var, you want to check in with your girlfriend see if she's got anything?
Have I stopped
She would-
dancing?
Like she would let us know.
Have I stopped dancing at this point?
No,
That's-
It only lasts
that-
for 1
that-
minute. It's 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Conversations, but 45 seconds maybe.
Then you will get no answer.
Still suffering.
God, dude, he's still over there. He's like breakdancing now.
Then I'm gonna ask Julie what would be the right wording for this. Julie's good with words.
Are you gonna? I'll turn and kind of look at Terry and say, "Are you sure you want to make a wish now when we're gonna spend the next few hours waiting?"
Oh, I thought, theoretically speaking here, if he doesn't know we're coming, then we could do that while we wait for this to happen, and then come back to this after we finish with that. Because this is not time sensitive, relatively speaking. The dragon's not in any danger. We've already completed the main quest here. This is just to make sure the dragon's safe. If we know the dragon's safe, we're good here, really.
Well, we don't
Anything
know
else is just
if she's safe though. Like, didn't you cast locate creature on her?
If she hasn't manifested in this reality, I don't think it'll pick up on that.
Like if she's below, like just stand up and tap my foot. If she's below, like actually below, or just like in a like their own like pocket dimension below, that's or something.
Plus, I mean, you had to fly for like 10 minutes to actually reach the dragons down under Bluestone. I mean, it's not uncommon for them to be out of range like that. But I'm not saying abandon
like we
it.
can-
Don't get me wrong here. I'm just saying that if we wait 4 hours for this, it's less costly if we do it spending it trying to make sure the world doesn't end in the process. I feel like idling for 4 hours while we're all on a ticking timer of the world ending in multiple situations and us going insane, probably not sit still for 4 hours.
It's true, but again, confronting Kurian now, like
No, I feel like we should maybe
Well, I mean, when I went there alone, he had to run away. So I can only imagine the damage we could all do if we winter.
points the stick at Julie. See, look. All we need to do is repeat that and not have Julie murder everyone.
right. And you think we'll get a second chance if things do go bad? You think you can?
If they went the same way and we jumped in instead of trying to let Julie solo this, I think would probably be okay. Hopefully. Most likely. There's a possibility of that working out. But none of that can really happen. It's all unpredictable unless he can make sure he has the same exact memories as he did last time. And then at that point we can repeat that. And should be... I feel like if killing him wasn't the problem last time, we should just try to recreate those instances this time and then make sure we don't let all those people die.
And Callie, if it would make you feel better, we can leave a note for your dragon friend in case she wakes up before we get back.
Oh yeah, we actually do know where she's coming in, so we can leave a note.
Just be like, hey, came to visit, you're not here though. Give us a call back when you get back.
We've teleported here once. We can do it again. It's not a big deal.
Yep, now I've actually seen it, so it's going to be easier to teleport directly here.
Okay.
Cool.
Just forlorn. Okay.
I do feel kind of guilty, but at the same time, we are trying to save the world. I have to. Alright, well, how do we want to word this wish? Like this.
What is up with you and the wish?
Okay, if you're given like a very powerful spell, to help assist saving the world, and we haven't used it, we have more than one at this point. Question is, why haven't we used this? Why haven't we? Why have we let it rot at the bottom of a bag for like the last 3 deaths?
You see, Terry has his wish stick, and he kind of wants to use it, kind of like I did my medias.
Mm-hmm. So what are you doing?
What's the what is it that you're trying to get out of the wish, Terry? Exactly. Like,
I want to recreate what happened last time, only we stop it from going horribly wrong. We can't do that if he remembers what happened, so we have to take care of that memory.
so you want to see if we can wish his memory away? How would we know if it even worked?
You wouldn't.
Exactly.
Right about
We'd
that.
be going on a big chance, hoping that it would work. Erase his memory.
And you turned back all of time 24 hours without too much trouble. Like, memory alteration is a smaller task here.
All right. If you
Okay.
don't see any blowback, it's got to be a group decision now. So
Yeah, I'll leave it up to you guys. Terry, like, puts the stick on the ground, pats it, and then just takes a step back. Up to you guys.
All right, it's time for Julie's stupid idea. How about we just wish to be at the site of the ritual? You guys still have your necklaces, so it would be hard for him to scry on you. Just stay hidden, and I'll provoke him. You guys jump out of the shadows.
I mean, can't we just use a teleport spell for that?
I mean, last time I teleported there fairly easily, but, there's no promises. And I don't want to be burning up all my high-level spells just to try and get us there and then not be able to drop the fucking sun on him.
I would say this. The possibility is we could simply just wish to come in at the exact perfect timing. Kill him.
Could we not bring him to us with the spell? Could we not?
What?
We not.
He's wrong.
Could we not set up a location to our advantage and bring him to us instead of meeting him on his?
No.
You see, again, this is why you're the leader.
Again, 200 IQ immediately. Everybody realizes.
Wait a minute, he's right. You see, you can't tell, but Terry has a huge "you're right" face on right now.
I sag back to the floor, just my head in my hand. Guys,
it's like,
and if
it's
you
like,
have,
it's like
if you have that giant magic spell ready, we're not in charge of dying. You can protect us, so it's kind of just a safe win here. Just prep the spell, then cast it, and we teleport him immediately under it.
Okay. So
just instead of nuking him, we're teleporting him to the nuke. We could just do it in the desert. We found a perfect location.
Oh no, you're gonna do it in the vault.
Okay, not in the vault, in the desert. There was plenty of desert around us.
I mean, again, if he's trying to do some type of ritual there to release her, the further away he is from her, the better.
I'd agree with you. When did you get
Okay,
so
so step one, let's get out of this cave.
Yeah, let's head out of here. Callie, you're gonna leave a note somewhere or something? Okay.
We're in a world-saving time.
We, hey, we will come back to see your friend, Callie. We'll make sure you see her.
I just imagine like you're all in realize you just walk out immediately, summon like a fucking end boss, kill it, go back in.
I'm still like again brain moment. Like wait a minute, why? Like we have a wish spell. We can just teleport him to us. My face, surprise Pikachu face.
Okay.
Right.
So
Dude, I mean, is everyone prepared to fight? I mean, again, Julie, God-fearing Julie, did something, probably faced him. We prepared, all of us?
I'm mostly prepared. I think Vorm's done dancing. Over.
Quick question. Do I know what the previous Archmagus looked like through all my research?
ooh, okay. So, previous Magi for the arts, or I guess the Magister of Arts, was the Archmagi Karen. Give me a second. Yeah, a relatively.
Karen?
No, shut up. Shut up. Essentially, a very well skilled evocation wizard. And you know, well, that are we talking? Oh wait, are we talking the previous, as in like before Kurian immediately, or after Kurian started to do the bullshit?
Please,
I'm
we
talking
can go with
about the
after.
one that he killed to Ursip.
Oh, usurp. Yeah, usurp. Okay, yeah, that would be Archmagi Karen. You know the name. You really don't know how she looks like. There's no reference. Yeah.
Do
We
I
can
know
just
who
ask,
any of the previous
Tabby or-
Archmagos look like?
You don't have to give up on the idea. We can just ask Tabby or Hannah. They're both knowledgeable on the Platinum Seas.
Well, here's the thing. No, because all of it is like there's no pictures or illustrations in the books you. Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. It's all just very.
Oh, wait. Have they never read a child's book or comic?
Oh my god.
Where the comic section in this library? I'll leave this part up to Julie because, you know, this is Julie's,
Yeah, Julie.
Okay, so since I don't know what any of the previous ones look like. Okay, I have new plans. Let's but once we get there, I'll get there.
Yeah. Are you
First, we
gonna
need to get out of the
are you
cave.
gonna
Can
walk?
we not like fight him right by the glass cave that holds my friend?
Oh no,
Wait,
we're
this
going
glass
to
is
walk away from the
indestructible,
cave.
isn't it?
Okay.
We're
okay.
Plus
like I
it's-
said, we're getting out of the cave first.
So
It'd be kind of funny if,
We're
like,
leaving. I mean, he did say that the glass is invulnerable, but he could run into the kitchen.
his item. Wait, his items probably aren't. But then again, his items also probably have security systems, and if he accidentally bumped into them, I mean. Ah, no. Okay, let's take it out here.
yeah.
He's
So,
con- yeah.
so making out of the cave, it's very simple to actually just go because it's a very, I guess, a very easy path to go through because there's no like corks or anything. Well, you see tiny ones, but they're like minute, and you can see the end just by looking at them. It takes you several minutes, and eventually you manage to get out, and you essentially like almost like uncover like a trap door that seems to be disguised as just a random dying shrub. And you open up, and you see in front of you, looking, I guess, towards the east, just maybe like a mile or so of desert, and then you see just as far as the eye can see, just glass. Just glass. As in the glass walkway. To the north, to the south, and to the west, sands and desert. Occasionally, some shrubbery or wildlife can be seen in this already fading in daylight desert. But yeah, you're out, and you can see that the footprints of a Kenku that you probably assumed it is the Kenku you spoke to lead towards north. Directly north. So yeah.
Can you just imagine it now? The Kenku's just walking on his way, and then suddenly he sees just a summon of the Enbot, and then a like nuclear fallout over his house.
Yeah, but yeah, you made it to the desert. It's relatively mild in weather, and you can actually feel the cold is slightly setting in.
Can't wait to do this.
The sky itself is clear. You can see stars beginning to show up in the horizon and in just the sky in general. So yeah, what is your plan? What is it you wish to do?
Said Julie. I mean, first, I guess we're traveling a bit away from this cave, just like following the sun north,
please.
like
Yeah.
for like a mile or something. I don't know.
You got desert in all direction except for
Just going
east.
towards the sun. At an orbital
West.
direction. I know where north is.
So
Not me.
okay. Yeah, I guess you head west then. So yeah, for how long or for what distance you consider yourself just walking westward?
Honestly, like even a tenth of a mile should be more than enough.
Tenth of a mile. Okay.
I mean, it's not like we're worried about it destroying the house. It's literally invulnerable. So just trying to make sure we're not directly, obscuring the entrance to the.
Okay.
I mean, again, I'll leave it up to Gen or Overlord. But
Just roll me a d10.
Oh,
legit.
Yeah, look at that final after so long. A d10.
oh.
All right, so you guys see the incarnation of a 9th level god coming.
No. So, passive perception for everyone. As you traverse through this desert, and it's like it takes you a few minutes to, I guess, go away from the vicinity, and it's almost like just plains of desert with occasional hill of sand. Some stone, somewhere you can see actually just, bits and pieces of actual wildlife that's still attached to the desert. And passive perception for everybody, you see a handful of snakes. As in, a few feet long, relatively thin, white with these brownish patterns, kind of slithering through the desert, mind your own business. That is literally what you see. like
Much more
we're
relaxing.
talking like you see this 100 or so feet away as they just kind of slither because you're also fucking perceptive.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
thoughts.
So you're gonna go for an hour or just literally just a tenth of a mile as he said.
I'm leaving it up to Gen. I mean, going for an hour seems more than fine. We go for a half an hour. Like, we're not worried about destroying this place. This is destroyable.
I'm not worried about destroying the place. I'm more worried, hey, he might try to run in for cover from, the sun dropping down on him.
I don't think there's anywhere to run for cover in this desert.
Unless you consider digging in. If you dig in, maybe.
I mean, do we want to inform the Platinum Sea that we want of this?
Oh, we just tell him. All you have to do is just tell them that we're ready. They'll teleport in. We just need to let them know when we see him, and basically when he teleport him, we'll see him. So.
Okay. You seem very confident about this.
He feels confident about everything. What are you expecting from okay.
Julie?
Gen, you lead.
had a-
Everybody put faith in Gen, the leader.
Exactly.
So again, how long you gonna, Fred?
I'd say a good hour away.
Yeah, okay. You wander away. Occasionally, while walking, you sense that there's some stone footing.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
Or. And then suddenly the ground shakes and swallows Worm. The last you ever saw.
No. It's relatively simple. It's a few like every once in a while you can see like stone and just shrubbery. Occasionally you actually spot some wildlife of the desert. Surprisingly less, even though it's not like unlivable as. It's better than what you saw the first time you teleported, but it's still not livable conditions by the slightest. Making it towards the hour, you kind of feel like you're kind of slightly elevated because the planes are slowly climbing up. You're looking back to the east, you can see in the distance still the glass walkway, and you could technically like pinpoint where exactly you walked through, because looking at the desert and the winds that are blowing, the beginning of your trek, maybe halfway, like up to an hour ago, is no longer visible as they were covered by sand. And going closer and closer to you, the prints are more and more visible. So yeah, an hour is walked, about 3 to 5 miles away. What would you like to do as the air became significantly colder? Not like freezing cold, but like 70, 60 degrees Fahrenheit, or like 10 degrees Celsius. It's chilly. It's chilly.
I mean, who wants to cast the wish spell? I mean, actually, wait. I had actually asked to do it because I have something in case it fails.
Do we have a plan ready?
That's up for Julie. Looks at Julie. We're really looking at Julie for this one heavily here to actually kill the thing.
Okay, well, since
By relying on the mythic level 4 party member, is that a crime?
Oh god.
so I'm assuming they have to actually be here when he dies. So I suppose casting another medium might end up killing everyone again. So I shouldn't do that.
Can't you just protect us with your not have an exception?
I mean, I can protect us. I can't protect 100+ people.
Fair enough. Flashbacks to the description that they got for the situation. Yeah, maybe not. All right.
But if any of you are able to even push him, I can summon a prismatic wall. That's a lot of things happening very quickly.
Teleport out. Or I'll push him into it.
Oh my fucking god.
Prismatic wall.
You can only have so many monologues.
Actually, hold it. Can't you just make the prism around him?
Yes, I can.
Just
but he still needs to walk into the prism.
Okay,
so
I guess everybody except for Terry who's gonna cast a wish spell is holding action for something, right?
just for shits and giggles, I'm going to disguise self and just put on the Archmagus robe myself.
I know. Oh.
Just to taunt him.
Yeah. And question. Also, those robes are very comfortable. Very so holding action. Who's holding what? Because I feel like this is like you literally just gonna try to one shot.
That is the goal.
No.
That
We're
is the
game
goal.
planning right now. We're game planning, and then we're gonna hold our action.
Yeah. So okay. So decide. I'm waiting.
We have do we have
Okay.
a more direct kill spell than some?
You're still
I feel like it'd be
on
better to do just hurt him directly in the face.
I'm pretty sure he's got some wards, some shields to block, like some magic.
How many wards and shields do you expect him to have up when he's spontaneously summoned to the middle of a desert?
That's the point.
You
Personally, I
got
don't
me
normally
there.
booby trap
I-
the random areas
look.
and deserts.
Look, I don't know how wizards kind of prepare themselves. That's not. Look, I hunt things, all right. That's what. Look, I pull out my bow. Look, I will shoot. That's all I can do. I can shoot. Wait, are our cloaks reset yet?
No.
Can't even do it.
No. What? Oh wait, you haven't used your clothes, did you?
No, we haven't used them in a few
Yeah,
days.
it's still not. You need to wait a week. It's not been a week since you actually got to the Platinum Sea.
Yeah, we're moving quickly here. Like you forget we time traveled backwards in time.
Technically, even to the point that Callie didn't even receive her instruments yet because it's not even time yet.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, technically speaking here, Julie, can't you just like upcast Fireball to 9th level? That won't kill everyone around you. Simple, destructive orders.
I don't know
I
if
mean,
you
yeah, I
want
can
to
do
say
that too.
9th level. You may want to save him or something.
She's got more than one of them. You're forgetting.
You're talking. You're on mute. Just to let you know.
I think he's away from the mic for a moment. I don't know what.
Okay.
We're gonna fucking spawn camp.
Yes, we are.
If you succeed, it's gonna be hilarious. I just fucking imagine. I just have an image in my head. You all just have fucking ops from what's it called? From CS:GO and just waiting in a specific spot.
Alright, yeah, I guess we just decide what we're gonna do. So,
There's no hiding space.
Yeah, I know.
since Julie can protect me from anything, I guess what I'll do is, when I cast a spell, I'll just be ready to grab him and hold him still while Julie uses the spell. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
I mean, I have hallucinatory terrain. I don't know if he can see through it, and I can hide you guys.
Well, he has to do an investigation check to see through it, so at least he won't see through it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, might as well.
I know.
He'll probably see through it when he actually tries to, but, teleported randomly might...
I mean,
get off
teleport
guard.
randomly, and then we once we all start shooting, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Okay.
Exactly.
I
you smell
look
this
at
shit?
Terry and say, "Can you decide which way? Do you know which way he faces when he teleports?"
Can we port him in with his back to all?
I mean, I feel like that's just kind of like a sub-paragraph on the wish.
So we can just all hit him. I have no shame with hitting someone in the back. So.
This guy poisons people to get up in his...
No,
We're
but
not
can
really-
you actually do that?
Yeah, no, easily. All I have to do is say, teleport
Okay.
him to where I am, facing where I am, 2 feet in front of me.
Especially
Alright,
you,
do
we're
that
all
there.
like a good
We are
distance.
literally on like a giant empty plane.
Pretty much.
Okay.
This is literally a
just point-
sandbox.
I just kind of point a random direction. Make him face that way. Wait, is the sun? Where's the sun?
It's already
Are
done.
we blind?
Make him face the sun, you jerk.
Lord of the Rings
There's-
style.
there's-
Make him
there's-
face
There's no longer sun because it's like
Yeah.
beyond us. Also,
Okay.
I just
Wait,
imagine.
I literally just point. I point north, Say, make him when he appears so he looks that way. Everyone still stands to the south behind him.
War on literally
Wait,
this.
Alright, yeah, so
Oh my
Callie
God,
will
wait,
get that
so
illusion
wait.
set up.
What time of day did you say it was? The sun's going down.
The sun is going down. It is about, because remember, time zones, my good people.
Yeah.
Time orb
It's
over.
about past 8 p.m. It's getting colder by the minute.
I'm
Guys,
glad I don't have to readjust this
Some
time
of us
orb
don't
for
have
time
night
zones.
vision.
I
guys,
don't believe any. I think we all do actually. Unless you don't, Callie.
No.
Oh, sorry, Callie.
I do. I would like to remind you that this mad mage was talking about the stars and stars. Are we sure we want to face him at night?
Technically speaking, I could just teleport him in just like halfway into the ground. No, that's not stopping me from making him above the sand. I could just teleport him like waist in the sand so he can't move.
Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting.
Right, you now you're just you can.
Callie, you don't have dark vision. I'll boop her nose. Now you do.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like,
So.
problem solved.
alright. Oh well. I hope you guys are ready.
Oh god. So what? Okay. What are you holding action? I need to.
What are we doing?
Oh my God! I
fucking
guess
God.
we're going.
Keep up, Callie. Keep
Okay,
up.
Vorum literally steps forward, takes out a weapon, and just scratches a vague X into the floor. And
Okay.
takes several steps back, and then points to it and looks at Terry. Make him appear there. Make him look north. We all stand to the south. And then we just stab him in the back. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think we need to overcomplicate this.
Oh, just
Adding
have
to that
Julie nuke him,
X,
and the worst case
just
comes to
put
worst
an
case
arrow. Put an arrow pointing. Okay, he comes here facing this way with the arrow pointing there. We're gonna be back that way. Maybe Terry will catch his attention standing in front of him, ready to strike him, and we'll just all jump him from behind.
Exactly. And so we'll fireball him immediately. Like, you know what? I think how exactly how long does it take for the fireball to like reach me if like you casted it from like?
Oh my
distance?
fucking god.
Theoretically, you could cast the fireball first, and then I can bring him in here.
Terry, you do realize there's better spell than fireball for this.
I mean, again,
I prefer casters, but only fireball is only your options.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously,
Fireball!
I'm gonna prepare a melee attack. Obviously.
Yeah,
Just prepare to rush in and stab.
Okay,
So yeah, I'll have to be in melee range. So anything that doesn't also involve me getting burnt to death is.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you can. If he goes for you, you can just impose a disadvantage on yourself and make him hit me, right?
And then again, what
have
are
that
you
feature?
going to do?
Oh my god.
Julie's gonna be our nuker.
Okay.
Last cannon.
Here's the thing. After everyone does their melee attacks, I am going to have prismatic wall prepared. I'll put it right in front of him, like inches from his face, and then use quicken spell to cast thunder wave from behind and just push him forward.
Good. You know, actually, you know, it sounds pretty simple. You cast Prism Wall first.
Well, I want to make sure that I summon it right in front of him, because if you teleport him in and he's 20 feet behind us, that's going to be a problem.
Very well. All right, fair enough. Right then. If you want to use, I'll leave the high-level magic casting to you. Then, stretches out. All right, everyone in positions. I'm gonna
Wait,
grab.
so we have me doing hallucinatory terrain for the people that are trying to do sneak attacks. Then we have Terry.
Yeah,
that
go ahead and
uses
cast that
ready
right
for
now before he
strike.
even shows up.
And then Julie's doing prismatic wall and thunder wave. Forum's doing a melee attack. Gen's doing whatever because I didn't hear from him.
Ken's just another attack.
And then everything else is just winging it.
It's
Well,
pretty
no,
much
I'll be
just-
tackling him. Don't worry, I'll help hold him down.
Okay,
He's a
so
wizard.
wait,
He's not gonna have strength. What is he gonna do? Fight back with his muscles?
we don't know. What if he, like, I don't know, turns into a hulking beast?
Okay, well,
Creature.
I can still tackle that. No.
What if he turns into like some sandworm bear or anything goes up?
Julie, no.
You know what? I'm gonna prepare Swift Quiver so I can get 4 shots instead of just 2. So.
No, the good thing here is that most traversing animals that go through sand dunes like this don't go through glass.
Yeah.
the
Except
ground.
we've moved away from the glass area. We're more in the
Are we
space.
still? Oh, are we just in sand now? Is this
Yeah,
still the glass desert?
literally Kurian's final moments. POE. This is Terry.
All right. I think we know what we're doing for the most part, though. I don't think we have any meaningful things to add to this. I guess the only thing really to do is probably type out what you're doing, so you know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna actually unironically go get some popcorn for this. Because I'm gonna
Alright,
enjoy this. You make a battle plan.
But I will type this down for Eric's sanity. Okay, so
Great. I gotta go back and see how much damage I can do this.
yeah, we haven't properly attacked something in a long while.
I have not used this bow since I got its full potential unlocked. Okay.
True. As you guys spent a literal city's fortune on your stuff, and we have like barely touched them.
Like I was hoping to be able to use the clothes.
What's the spell you're casting, Kelly?
Hallucinatory terrain.
Okay, I can barely say that, so I'm gonna spell it wrong. Actually, wait, no, autocorrect save me.
I need to go back and read the damage and shit I can do. Okay. Which is in the DM.
And I don't feel guilty about not attacking you right off the bat, Callie, because if you're hit and your concentration breaks, we're kind of out in the open. There's no helping factors, so please don't get hit. Please.
Well, I mean, honestly, she can cast hallucinatory terrain right now, and it's a concentration spell.
Actually, wait. One thing though.
If she sets it up now, then once he pops in, then
If you really wanted to, we could probably shrink him. You know, could
It lasts
probably
for
hold
10
him and throw him.
minutes, unless I break concentration or just.
Oh
take
no,
it
that's a
down.
concentration. I guess if you want to prep a magic attack, go for it. But I'm a bit worried about using anything but extreme high level magic on him because he's actually magically gifted. You can imagine my hesitance.
You could stab him with the Beholder Bane.
Wait, what? A beholder?
I have a
what?
sword called Beholder's Bane.
Yeah, her sword.
If you wanna come up here and stab him when we summon him, go for it.
I am not I'm really into the whole melee thing. I'm more of a magic
Feel
user.
free. No guilt in sticking on the sidelines with Julie. If something goes wrong, it's best to have 2 people over there instead of 1.
Oh, I have lightning bolt.
You do have lightning
Smack
bolt.
him.
I have lightning bolt.
Alright.
Wish I had lightning bolt. I don't have.
I'm guessing you're upcasting this to its max cast. Is that 8th
I
level?
have a 9th level spell.
I have a 9th level. It's just 9th level. Lightning bolt.
Yes. Oh wait, it's a 10-foot line though. It might hit somebody.
It's like
I mean, we're in a giant open
it's,
space. I think we could just literally just stand slightly to the side.
It's like
We'll be
30 foot
tackling.
long and 5 foot wide. So as long as everyone's like a good back before you launched it.
Be careful. I'll leave it up for you, but
There
I'll
are
be the one
180
holding
degrees
it.
to work with.
I mean, you could, if you wanted, you could be up and just like angle it down.
Wait, you can fly. Yeah, never mind. You can just fly. You literally can fly. That's not that. Yeah, for it. Just gonna do an aerial strike on him.
I mean,
So,
you could disguise yourself as a
Checking it out
clown or something.
All right.
okay, what did I miss? I heard clown.
I'm typing it out.
Cloud.
So,
Like a cloud? Okay, I heard clown too.
No, you could disguise yourself as a cloud.
Prismatic wall or prismatic page? Like, which one are you doing?
So, just for clarity, right before Terry does this, I'm going to say, I am so sorry, and use Architect of Fate.
Us? I don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Belay? Belay? Belay?
Eric's knows what it is.
Belay?
What, Julie,
If
what
I
are you
have to clean
doing?
up another one of your messes with this wish spell,
you want
think
to tell them what it is?
about what you're saying very carefully.
Or you want
Have
me,
a
or
good-
you want me just go under the radar for them and be like,
I mean, honestly, it isn't all that relevant for them to know, but my violin does glow when it happens.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
We probably won't notice that given you're covered by an illusion at the moment, you know?
Mhm.
Alright, but Julie, if you mess this up, I'm gonna be upset, okay? You know ahead of time.
Yep.
You just see
Alright.
Julie's grotesque violin just all of a sudden just screech out a slight sensation, like almost like a wail of a human, before it shifts into like a nice somber melody.
So, and you're holding action for prismatic wall, is that right, Julie?
Prismatic Wall, and then Thunderwave to push him.
Alright, I think I have it all.
Yeah.
You guys can check to make sure.
Thunderwave. So isn't that a 15-foot cube?
Yeah, you guys are going to get pushed back a little bit, but it's going to push him forward.
That's only if we fail the saving throw, right?
Oh, you're going to fail it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna fail it. Wait, actually, wait. Don't you have meta? Wait, do you have meta magic? No. Actually, you do have some meta magic, don't you?
Terry's just gonna grab action. What? Okay. Prismatic
Yeah,
wall.
I mean, why not? Why not? Hold him still.
Mm.
Hit him after
Moron,
I grab him.
again, since you both have the Truth Time masks, you all of a sudden get you just see a bright flash of green,
Say,
a few feet away to your right, and you see it stuck. Like the rest don't seem to be recognizing it, and don't see anything. While Vorum, again, you see Ducklick just kind of floating there.
Douglas observing. Pathetic.
Just
I'm just
kind of
imagining.
look. Oh
You
boy.
wanna know the game plan, dude?
You have news for us, Duckling?
But yeah, I'll use Shielding Spell on it too, so no one else gets pushed back.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Because if it's like you went into wizard, you have some meta magic, some of the homebrew stuff. Yeah.
I came to notify you that I finished the project. The gauntlets are complete.
Wait,
But
Wonderful.
I also see that you're preparing something else. As you all hear the voice, but only Vorum and Gen see where he is. As Ducklick kind of points at the X made by the blade.
Yeah. Apparently, we've thought to bring Kurian here and just jump him. We're kind of just
You guys
gonna
do it again?
take care of the Kurian problem. Take him away from Paranama. Maybe
I knew how
separate.
to spell.
That is extremely reckless and stupid. Then he kind of pauses. I'll assist you in this endeavor.
Nice.
He is one of my party members. Ducklick has become cool. Alright.
Nice. All right.
Great stew, now this. They compete.
Alright.
With that said though, how do you spell the guy's name?
Whose name?
Sage we're getting, trapping here.
Oh,
Kurian?
Kurian.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So like I don't know how to spell this.
Oh, that's how you spell it. Oh, okay.
Okay. So what's gonna happen is Ducklick is just gonna load up, still invisible, about 15 feet above all of you, and then both of his hands are just kind of extended, and you see the green flame just kind of consumes them as he seems to be focused on the point at the X in the sand.
Ooh, that's good. Alright, and I think I finished up writing up all this, so we are... I just need a copy paste you. Alright,
Looks like you're eating popcorn.
before it, Kurian, where I am facing...
I
I feel
am
like that's very duck-like of you.
me and popcorn. Ducklick.
This is mad and reckless, and
Let me join.
someone's
facing
someone's
north.
gonna die. So ahead
Some
of time,
us
Terry.
some of you will die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
So Terry, have a nice vacation. We'll see you when you get back.
Alright, well, let's get this. Alright, I think this is accurate. You guys double check this. I need to turn off a angry alarm. Make sure that's all accurate.
So, ooh, give me a second. I'm just gonna make sure everything is in order. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Give it a second. The popcorn. So,
It sounds like it.
oh yeah, I am excited. I want to see what the outcome of this is gonna be. So,
Before anything else,
Yeah.
Kelly's gonna probably hug all of them. Julie.
Especially
We are left-
Julie.
Yeah, no, dang it. Can any of us... Wait, Callie, you can fly. Make sure to give Ducklick a hug.
Callie
She
giving
can't see Ducklick. She can only hear him.
I can only hear him, so
Sure,
like,
and it-
wherever you are,
mission failed.
Ducklick, I'm giving hugs to you.
She just tries to hug the air.
Yep, air hugs.
Okay.
Like, guys, no matter what happens, I want you all to know you're some crazy sons of bitches. You know that. Okay.
Alright.
Guys,
So-
no matter what happens after this, I want all of you to know me and Terry will probably be surviving.
Terry nods.
You
Unfortunately, was to be a pattern.
Oh boy.
Alright,
Yeah,
guys, I'll
go.
hold them down.
Uh-huh.
So all of you. Okay, just one more. Say what you want because this is gonna be very curious.
And if question here. You know, if any of you die, do you want me to bring you back to life? Just checking for forehand consent
If
here.
I die, I'm gone. So, I'm stuck in a mask. I'm stuck.
Ooh. Same question though. Like, do you want to be stuck in the mask or not?
I mean, sure, you can pull me from the mask.
All right, just checking. Jay looks at Vorum, and this might seem like a silly question, but you could tell he's actually being genuine with the question. Whatever twisted place it comes from.
Guys, if my soul gets pulled into this mask, make sure I'm like put somewhere, like, don't just throw me in a closet,
Vorum, do you die? Do you want to be brought back to life, or just kind of want to be left there?
I kind of give a glance out the corner of my eye to where I can see Ducklick. Absolutely not.
You don't want to. Okay, all right. Right then.
I don't know if we want to let Vorum die. I mean, he does have psycho, like, kind of like very dangerous girlfriend.
I kind of just give a very dismissive wave of that.
Look. Choice to die is a privilege. Don't overlook it. Now,
Okay.
look at the last two people here. He looks over at Julie and Callie. Question?
Oh, I'm not going to die, but I never want to stay dead. And if she dies, please keep her alive. I like having her around.
All
I
right.
like having her
No
around.
objections
She is
from
my
Callie.
favorite right now.
So,
Yep. Let's begin.
the time around this moment is about 8:29 p.m. The wind is low and cold. The stars are aligned in the sky, and there's nothing besides small critters for miles around. All 6 of you, Ducklick included, gather again in one side of the X. As Terry, my boy, you any final thoughts before you begin?
It seems like everybody's going to be
May
grouped
fate
up
guide
all
us
at once.
once more, he says with a tinge of hate. in
I
his
will cast
voice.
Bardic Inspiration on Terry.
I'll take it. I don't know sure if it will help with a wish, but I'll take it. Or
We'll
it's
give
for the
Bardic
check.
inspiration to Gen.
Nice.
Or
Thanks.
what am I, chopped liver? Alright, I guess
Maybe.
we're... Alright, I'm gonna roll the D100, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I cast hallucinatory terrain first.
Yeah.
I mean,
got that
that's
listed
been
down.
Make it
set
look
up.
like there's like big rocks that have like glass jutting out from it.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, roll.
And I fly up.
Alright, Mark of Teal.
Okay.
Mark of Teal, that crap.
Okay. Expended. Oh my god, it's gotta be 57.
That's 20 points higher. I'll take it.
Okay, let me find some fucking good
Went from
songs.
terrible to okay.
Let me.
Oh man, he's gonna bring on the Elden Ring music.
To be fair, actually, this wish is
You
pretty low
know
demanding.
what?
It is just a
You
teleport.
know what? You know
You just
what?
gave him the idea.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
We'll say this though. Luckily, this isn't a demanding wish spell. This is just a teleport.
No. You know what?
Non-consensual teleport.
Let's see.
No. The thing is, you're teleporting a god.
Actually, okay, look, that's meta knowledge, but on the table of meta knowledge, he doesn't become a god until after you upset him. So, technically speaking, we're good.
Okay, let's see. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I know it's specific. Give me a second. I know exactly the specific one. So. Ooh. I forgot the name. God damn it. So. God damn it! Shut up. But just wait. No. I think this one. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I found it. I found it. So, the wish spell is successful. And before all of you let out your attack, you see a manifestation of what seems to be figure of Julie just a few feet away, not like beyond where the X is. And then you see like few inches from the center of the X, you see a 10-foot tall humanoid figure with a handful sets of limbs, holding what seems to be a dismembered red dragonborn in several ways. As it immediately switches its gaze from what is looking at the skull, at the head of the creature, and starts to immediately survey the area, he just utters a single "what" before you all go. So, from the very top, I would like Callie to roll me dex
I'm gonna
save.
go for that crap.
Ah.
Crap is great.
I have to roll what?
Lightning bolt, you said. Come on.
Oh, that's right.
Lightning bolt. So
You've got to roll.
you'd have to-
You've got to roll weight.
No.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
And
if she would
then-
roll damage. You'd have to do the dex save.
Yeah, no, roll damage. He automatically fails his dex. Because he
Oh.
got teleported in.
So he's just taking full blast.
Wait, hold on. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's 14d6.
$56. Okay, let me just write this down. Okay. Then we got our boy, Julie. Thunderwave. It's the prismatic wall. No, you know what? Vorum. Sneak attack. Go. Advantage.
Sneak attack. Okay.
Yes.
You have advantage.
It's a
Oh my god. Thank God. Thank God. Yeah, you hit.
1 second.
He's getting his dice.
Right. Oh my god, the number of ones.
Oh my god. Okay. That's all your damage?
Ooh.
From just that attack, yeah, but I do get a second attack.
Yeah, go.
I think I have to also again roll to hit.
So, brief
Oh.
question here. That Dragonborn, does that happen to be assassinite?
Yes.
Yeah, like you don't have to worry about that
Freshly
assassin
killed,
anymore.
like to the point where his soul is still very much collectible.
You don't know that yet. You're a bit too preoccupied. You see
Fair
a
enough.
You see a 10
Fair
foot
enough.
tall lean fucking thing.
Leave that to the dragon twins to figure
I've
out.
gotta ask, if I make 2 attacks with the weapon, do both of them count as the sneak attack?
No, only one, Sally. You can only
Okay.
do one
Yeah.
per round.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Alright, well, 27, does that hit?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Look at that fucking thing. I don't know if it hits.
Oh wait. Is every attack?
Kill
Gonna be-
Julie Vorum.
Oh my god.
Uh,
'Cause I
Yeah.
can do 4 attacks.
Again, I would like you to roll to hit. Because, you know, you got your, come on. Right? So what do you want? What?
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I can. Is every attack with advantage or just the first?
I mean, you can only hold one attack action, so
Oh, so only one.
yeah. He has his thing of speed, so he can do more. Let's go. Shank.
Damn. Okay. I need to change because I was prepared to hit him like 4
There you go.
times.
Technically, Lauren never dueled your blade when you got it. So that's a you fault.
Okay.
That's- Okay, that's a hit. Roll damage.
Okay.
Question: now that I realize he's double my height, can I just stab him?
No, you said you're holding high can do this thing. You gotta tackle the fucker.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I will try to grab him and stab him. Description says.
No. You said you're gonna tackle him.
Well, if you look, I put
What do
down
you-
hold action to grab from behind and stab with lance. That's what I put down as hold action. It's there in writing.
So you can only grapple or hit then. Yes.
Alright. Since, again, double my height, I will rely on the hit this time. If it's anything but a giant, I would have grappled him, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Again, roll me damage. Come on.
Okay. I'm trying to. It's the first time I use this thing. Alright, okay.
I'm just looking at my piece of paper, just like, oh god. Not a very. Maybe Ducklet will.
Maybe Ducklick will do the final blow.
Maybe.
How do you want to kill yourself?
Commit die.
That's too many goddamn numbers. 15 stars. D6.
Can't tell if this boss music is for us or for the boss.
I don't know, dude.
We're about to find out after.
We're still in the surprise round. Oh my god.
Yeah, Ducklick has a spell trap, doesn't he?
I'm about to switch. Yeah, I'm about to fucking. I'm switching up.
Okay. Let's see. Didn't get all my numbers in there.
You're rolling damage for once. like the poor I feel bad. We haven't had like an actual fight in a while. The last fight we like had was Julie, and that was
Okay.
erased from existence.
Again, you rolling?
It's doing math.
Oh my god.
Math rocks are scary.
Oh
Ah.
no.
God
Okay,
damn it!
okay,
It switched.
In that case, Julie, can you roll me your your damage for Thunder Wave and for your prismatic wall, and
Okay.
Terry for your to hit.
Actually, I can't miss him. Can't roll low enough to miss him.
Crit? You wanna just
Yeah, it just auto quit.
no?
Oh, if he's not evil, yeah. never
Yeah.
mind. He might just be like lawful neutral or something.
Cam, lawful neutral?
Yeah, I just rolled for max damage, I guess.
Okay,
so I'll
that's
pick
the
up here.
prismatic wall.
Max damage is normal.
Dang.
I'll roll for quit then. If it's not auto crit, on the d20. Auto crit.
That's the thunder wave.
Wait a minute.
Just a tiny bit.
Oh,
And
wait.
then
Wait a minute. Wait.
Should have known it was coming from a Julie. It would have been terrible.
That's a 56. Oh god. Give me a second. So that's a 1-8. Oh, okay. So okay.
186 hit.
Let's see.
Alright.
Okay. 50.
Also, I'm gonna need a Constitution save from him and a Wisdom save from him.
Can you roll high enough to make those checks?
Two legendary resistances to counter that.
There you go.
Okay, give me a second. Gen,
Like-
Gen, you need
Already
to, Gen, you need to roll. Come on.
It rolled in a different discipline.
There you go.
Oh yeah. Also, wind, concentrated, maximized.
He's learned.
Hellfire, Hellfires, high level. You. Okay, 55. Give me a second. Let's see.
There.
I am okay. Yeah. So, okay. Let me do a calc. We need to whip out a calculator for this. Give me a second. Oh god, duck click.
It's Douglas' turn.
No, duck click did 312 points of damage.
Nice.
Yes. So give me a second. I'm just gonna.
Right. I'm just sitting here with my 55. Everybody's doing like 100. Just like, I helped.
Oh shit! Oh, so
Did we kill him in one go?
Maybe. I mean,
Or
well,
one
with
sneak attack
Ducklick's
round?
help, maybe. Maybe.
so
Maybe with a lich,
so
but I doubt it.
the Pierce, the Thunder Wave, the Shank, the Arrow, and then the Hellfire. It caused a bunch of smoke and just heated up sand just rise up and kind of flooded the surrounding area. When the dust slightly settles, you just hear a sound of a insidious hiss coming beyond as you see 6 pairs of eyes on where should be Kurian's face lights up as he seems to become a bit larger and hisses at you, Julie, saying, "You tried this once. I'll feast again." Let's go. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, that's what okay. I would like everybody to roll me initiative.
Yep, it goes. Now it goes down.
Nat 20, 31. Let's go.
Okay.
That's 16.
18. Ooh.
Okay. So. Okay, let me give me a second.
It's like when after.
Okay. So let me just quickly write. Okay, so let's see. Terry is at 31. Then it's Ducklick at 20. Then it's 18. 17. 16 and Vorum. Yeah.
Nah.
So
Really? A 9?
what you basically all of you see, Kurian, Kurian's slanky form starts to mutate, more limbs start to sprout out, and the ones visible start to immediately grow tenfold in size as he's this familiar caterpillar thing that Julie has seen, and you all fought the tick before, except for Callie and yeah. So Terry, this horrendous creature, this horrendous mass with a face resembling somewhat of an elf. Quite damaged. You did quite a lot of damage to it. As it hisses in hesitation. What would you like to do?
Okay. So, I'm gonna start off with the Quickened haste spell
Contain?
myself. Quickened
Oh,
this action.
okay.
and I will go straight from that into a enhanced green blade. Hell with it, 8th level, and going for the attack.
Okay.
Does he have enough AC to beat 30?
At the moment, yes.
Okay, yeah, 32 plus. Oh. The 48.
Yeah, that hits.
Fully, that'd be rather devastating. Like no. And if that hits, I'm gonna head and smite. No need to hold back for any of this.
Roll damage.
Yeah.
Roll me the
Most-
sweetness.
Alright, if I remember correctly, I have double smite damage from the ring. Double smite damage, double smite dice. 9 for this. And the spell is a D8. Bubble. 8. Alright. Alright. Okay, you go. Alright. Eight. Right.
Oh my fucking god! Yeah. Oh, yeah, you singe it.
And I attack once more. Is it act?
Oh my
it
fucking
action?
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, surprisingly enough, you did. As you fucking go through its body, it feels like you're cutting through butter, and you see these bone structures that are trying to rapidly form into some other entity inside of it. You almost cut through him entirely with a single swipe.
Yeah, half that's divine damage, so it should really sting. Alright, that's a 34.
Misses.
Alright, so. And
Okay.
with that, my turn ends.
You
Let's
get a
see.
whisper, Terry, from Kurian.
Oh, ew.
Where are your dragons, sorcerer? Ask them where they put them. Legendary action. I would like Terry,
Son of
Borum,
a-
and Julie to roll me a dexterity saving throws. DC 24.
I have an advantage because of.
Is this a spell or an attack?
This is an attack. As he
An
flings,
AoE melee attack?
he flings his hands and they all detach. These bony protrusions just jet out, like not jet out, but like he swings his arm and all the protrusions on it just kind of, I guess, get loose and just go at your location.
Holy cow, well, I failed that. It's a 2 and. Well, at least I took the bad rolls for. Oh no, Vorm just rolled a 6. Jeez, we just rolled 4 dice under 10.
Okay, how many people are about to fail this?
Technically Terry and Vorum.
Alright.
Takes half, yeah, because you're a rogue, I know.
For, for their sake, I will temporal shunt. He needs to make a wisdom save or he disappears for a second.
Just
What's the DC?
36.
Oh god.
Let's
Wait a
go.
to God be
Go,
God.
honey.
God
Do
be
it.
God. 36.
Okay.
Oh god,
I mean,
let's see.
I will be. Things go worse.
21. Ah!
Oh, 20.
Yeah. So yeah.
5. Oh, at least the bad guy's rolling bad too. At least we're collectively doing
yeah.
terrible.
So I guess the tag doesn't happen then, right?
He banishes.
It doesn't happen, and he is shunted into a pocket dimension until the beginning of the next turn. So we get a chance to line up again.
Oh, but he can do whatever he wants in the pocket.
He can hold action spells too, I guess. I think.
Oh no.
You target a triggering creature, which must succeed in a Wisdom saving throw or be thrown to a point in time that causes the attack or spell to be wasted. At the start of his next turn, the target reappears and in the closest unoccupied space. The target doesn't remember you casting the spell or anything of being affected by it.
Oh, it doesn't remember getting affected by it.
Oh no!
Wait a minute. Okay, let me roll some stuff. Let me see. Oh no. Okay. So, what is everybody doing as he disappeared? As I'm gonna just roll.
Ready up another attack. Bit confused. I look around and just get ready to attack if he reappears.
Okay. So what was everybody preparing?
Activate.
What is everybody preparing again?
I'm preparing a green blade attack. Enhanced green blade is normal.
I'm asking for everyone else.
Predictable.
I am preparing a melee attack. Actually, no. I'm preparing Disintegrate.
Okay.
Doing another bow shot.
Warham again. Callie, because Ducklick knows what he's gonna cast.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything for me to disengage from. Is there a way I can set up for another sneak attack?
Technically,
The terrain is still up.
yeah, the terrain is up.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm just hiding again a different spot in the terrain so I can get advantage on another shot.
You guys are so cheeky. It's like, this whole thing is so cheeky. Never mind.
So
Have you
yeah,
met your party?
I'm preparing another shot. Is what I'm doing.
And proving himself as leader, as suggesting this thing as an entirety.
I
Okay.
am going to do 8th level lightning bolt again, but this time at 8th level.
Okay. So as you all prepare and wait patiently for a single round, the creature remanifests, and you see some of its things that were torn asunder by Terry has been kind of sewn back together, and now he's the abomination of the Starfield that you saw him previously. He fully transformed in the thing, and he still looks relatively beaten and wounded, but better than he was previously. Ducklick uses his fucking beam, but it gets fucking counterspelled.
Can someone counterspell that counterspell?
Counterspell that counterspell.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me. I think it's intelligence check, right?
I actually believe it just has to match your spell level.
Yeah, but
If
at what level?
I'm gonna cast it at 7th level.
No, then you gotta roll.
Oh,
I believe in you.
what do I have
It's
to roll again?
it's a spell check. You use your spell modifier.
What do you want me to roll?
Roll me
Roll your charisma modifier.
What?
You roll the d20 plus your spell casting modifier.
Yeah,
The
so
DC is the
5
level
plus
of the spell
modifier.
plus the.
Oh.
No, it's the level of the spell plus 10. It's the DC you have to do.
Oh.
Yeah, so DC 19, Callie. DC 19.
So you roll the d20 plus your spell casting modifier. And you have to beat 19.
Oh
20.
my god.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah!
You see
Go.
one of the tendrils that manifests to a bony protrusion points at Ducklick's beam and tries to send some sort of wave of a chain towards it, and then Callie just fucking snaps.
Just nopes it.
Yeah, it just vanishes, and you just see fucking Ducklick just fucking just fucking
You're
water.
welcome.
The manifestation screeches in pain and echoes and wails. Who else wants to have a go at it?
I'm Stabby.
So decide which one of you is gonna go first.
I guess I will
Okay,
with my
okay.
lightning bolt.
Roll damage.
Okay.
Another surprise. This poor, like, he's like surrounded by illusions and casts spells and physical hits all over the place. At least he recovered some HP. I mean, I don't know why I'm defending him,
At least he
but
covers some HP. Don't encourage it.
I don't know. I kind of feel bad for him. He's a cool boss.
No, just don't.
No, don't feel bad for him. He's a murderer and a backstabber.
Okay.
All right, all
okay.
right. That's my overlord.
Okay, yeah, you hit with the lightning bolt. Again, you roll damage. Well, roll to hit first of all.
Alright, I'm also using my my Hunter's Aid on my bow, so everybody gets Hunter's Mark.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Mark. I need to refresh myself. That is.
That actually does not hit. Wow.
No,
Okay.
Ah.
Fine, but everyone,
Okay,
you know,
so decide Julie, Terry, or Warren. Which
Wait,
one of you?
you
goes
have
first?
inspiration again.
Again, wait. You throw.
You have inspiration.
No. It's past that. It's past that. You roll.
All right, all right.
yeah. I'll hold that for another attack.
Yep. So Julie,
you
Terry,
want
or Warren? Which one? Because he's low. He's low. So which one of you?
All right.
Everyone's
Warren-
close to him, right? Everyone's within
yeah.
divine. Okay. We don't want to.
Am I able to use Arcane Conflux on my held action?
You could, but you never stated.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, Warren, go
Okay,
for the
well,
sneak
I'm
attack. You get an extra.
yeah, Warren. If
Alright,
you're gonna go
then.
sneak attack, you get advantage. Come on.
Yeah.
You get advantage,
Well, another,
and you get.
I mean, I'll take it. My rolls haven't been great, but I'll take it.
It's one more d6 that we get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that right now
Hunter's
or
Mark.
on my turn?
No.
Okay.
There's no turn. There's no turn because you all held
Okay,
action
I
again.
guess I'll just roll.
Okay, I'll drop my disintegrate after he hits then.
20 plus.
And if he doesn't die from that, I'll lead him.
My God, my rolls.
Oh my God! You
five
jab,
was-
you jab,
Oh.
and you don't get anything. There's just a fucking.
You know, I'm using the market deal for that because I've got such bad rolls in this combat. I don't think I've got
On
above
mark
10.
of steel for this. All right, all right.
Yeah, literally. I just feel bad.
This is the perfect time to use it.
Oh my fucking God!
Oh my God! No!
I have not got above 10 in this entire combat on
Oh,
anything.
no. Okay.
Yeah, I got one hit at the beginning.
Okay. Poor bastard. Oh
And then
It was a
my
42.
God!
19.
That's a wait. With a disintegrate? You rolled a hit with a disintegrate?
But you don't. It's a saving throw.
Oh.
It's dex save.
Oh.
I thought,
Yeah, I forgot.
I thought disintegrate was a save.
It's still an incredibly
at
hard
which
save.
level?
8th level.
Roll damage. I want to see. Because he's gonna fail it. Because your modifier is just. Oh my fucking God! Wait.
Let's go.
Oh, but it's necrotic, right?
How many did you add that extra d6 you get in?
Yeah, that's how I got to 20.
That's necrotic.
Um,
That's necrotic, right? Yeah.
Let me double check that. That is.
Let's go. That's right. Let's go.
This is poetic.
Why is it
justice.
not? I mean, I'd make it divine if I could.
Oh.
Yeah.
I believe disintegrate is necrotic.
Okay. The thing screeches.
It's force, by the way, not necrotic force.
Oh, it's forced.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Ah!
oh, he's done.
Um,
This is poetic.
Poetic
Julie
justice
would
for the
get the
win.
last.
I feel like that's a smoothing kill. It's not just kill.
I,
It's just to ashes.
Do it.
I'll just hold one finger up and point at him and say,
You may believe yourself to be king of the stars, but you still must kneel before the queen.
It's a meta nod, but okay.
It's a middle finger. Of
Yeah, that's just. It's like I don't know why I'm saying this, but it sounds
Somewhere in my soul, it told me to say it.
Ah!
Oh my god. So,
Which finger?
okay.
the
Which,
middle finger, of course.
it just has a loud wine boom sound, just boom. But for real, so, with a sudden blast from Julie's finger, the abomination tried to reach out before just blasted in smithereens as it just kind of blows out the sky and it starts tearing itself apart and just starts slowly gliding downwards onto the sand. But before like 30 or so feet, it just fully disintegrates into nothing. But right. You know.
Stay
you
dead.
know-
I'm stabbing it.
No. So, but with its death as its body levitates, a sudden rush of high intense heat in the cold desert rushes through all of you as you successfully defeated Kurian, the god of twilight. Callie, Terry, and Gen, including Borum, you all achieve mythic level 3. Julie gets nothing.
Julie's already getting.
you all feel the
Of course, Julie wouldn't get something for killing something lower than you.
yeah. No, but let's just say
That's
all
a
of you
joke.
feel stronger, but the threshold for Julie is a lot higher than the rest of you. But congratulations, the rest of the party is mythic level 3.
Did we level up too?
No.
We did just kill a god.
Yes, Ed.
Alright, fair enough.
Like, and you say like this is something new for us.
Yeah. Yeah. But as the corpse disintegrates and you kind of are just left in the desert to figure out to your own devices.
Looking at that Dragonborn. I think I
Uh-huh.
forgot.
You Terry
No funny
see,
movements.
Terry, you see a Dragonborn's corpse, I guess remnants in it, cut in like 7 or 6 places apart, and seems to be feasted upon as you see signs
Aw.
of teeth.
He didn't finish his
Oh,
food.
Tyrion ate him. Got it.
Tyrion, but does he still have a soul?
At this question here, is his alright. Dragons are still gone at the moment, right?
Yes.
We
Alright, so
want to know if he has a soul.
Is his head
If-
still attached to his body?
The Dragonborns? No, you can see lower neck remnants and you see some, I guess, insides of it, but, yeah, he does not have a neutral expression. It's one of pain. Whatever
I'm
happened
just gonna-
to Mhm.
You just gotta notice that Tyrion lifts up his leg and just starts stomping on the head.
Yeah. I walk over and start stomping on it too. Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be enjoying it as much as he is, and it kind of twisted, look of like, he like looks almost dead, but weird pleasure, what he's doing.
Corrado.
This is what you get. This is what you deserve.
Yeah. So as you're stomping on the Dragonborn's head, Okay. Ducklick actually releases his magic, and he becomes visible to all of you, and exclaims loudly, "A good kill!"
Yeah, stop stomping on it. Hey, don't like. Does this one still have a soul? Can we like capture that? Pointing to the Dragonborn.
Oh yeah, weren't you going to take Kurian's soul? Is there
Yes,
anything left of a soul?
Still stumping on.
Yeah, just stomping in the sand.
Something,
Stumping on
something,
it.
hold up.
But yeah, Ducklick says
Hold up.
nothing. Ducklick says nothing to it. Nothing to this response, Julie. Roll me insight.
Arm,
Inside?
we need you.
Yeah,
Is
Julie,
that
roll
anybody
insight.
can roll inside? Or just Julie?
He seems to acknowledge your, I guess your question, but he does not answer, nor does he do any motion of it. He's just blatantly ignoring.
Oh, that's a little rude.
Ducklick, you okay? Is everything alright?
He looks at you, again, says, "The adversary has been defeated. And for now, you are needed, for a greater cause." As he looks through his pouches, and he grabs, what seems to be in cloth wrap bracers that are half open, like split in half open.
Mm-hmm.
You
right.
see a familiar bracelet that you once wore. Well, except for Terry and Callie. But this one has a bunch of pointy obsidian needles inside of it. Like tiny, very fine, very small, numbering by the hundreds, if not thousands. As he kind of observes these bracers to himself. It's a painful procedure, wearing these, but it's a necessary sacrifice for when you will delve deeper. Avora! You there? No. There. Never mind.
No, I'm here.
Oh. So, Avora,
He was making dramatic pause.
around this time, as he kind of explains the bracelets, and he's kind of almost like holding them intently. All of a sudden, his gaze turns to you, Worm, just out of the blue, as he was like kind of just observing the rest of you. And Worm, you get a message from Six Souls. I have located your quarry, I guess. I told Ducklick about it and said he will take care of it. Is he nearby?
Yes.
I guess I
That's
kind of just say, "That's good. I'll talk to him about it. Thank you for your help." Did he look at me before the message came through or after?
Almost like immediately as you receive the first few words, all of a sudden he just turns to you, looks.
This looks like I know. I know. I might not can hear it, but I know.
Yeah. So, after a few seconds pass, if you weren't on direct, Ducklick says, "You got the message, I assume?"
I got a message, yes.
Then let's not dally. Time is precious in these parts, in this world. I know where your descendant is.
Okay.
If you wish to teleport now, you say the word and you can do the trick. The quicker we're done with this, the better.
You said a painful process to put those in, like, towards the bracers.
If you try to like, if you try to like touch them or kind of get closer to them, observe them, it kind of like almost immediately pockets them under the cloth. It just kind of puts them in the bag. These are not for current use. These are highly experimental and will only be used when you're about to delve. I wish not to test their.
So, don't have to worry about it now. That's all you had to say.
He kind of nods.
All
He
right.
kind of looks at all of you. So, will you proceed then? Is your he kind of looks at Terry.
Stopping
Yeah.
at like sand at this point, bloodied
Just-
sand at this point.
Yeah, like
Go.
yeah. As he
Go-
kind of looks at Terry, are your business concluded here?
I think we're good here. Let's move on. And I kind of walk over and put a hand on Terry's shoulder.
Just kidding. It just look. He stops for a second. He stares at the spot and then kind of saying
it's done.
anything, kind of just follows along.
There's just nothing there anymore.
It's done, man. You don't have to worry about him anymore. Don't let him burden your mind.
Julie,
But no.
no real response to that comment. He kind of just follows along.
Oh, so that's how you make jelly. Got it.
Okay, so I
Alright.
assume that everybody takes the thing then, right?
Yeah, we're all gonna teleport with Duckling.
So, as you all gather up, leaving behind the dead, destroyed carcass of the Red Dragonborn that you don't even know the name of. How much he?
Yeah, who cares?
He can be
Behind
named.
the dust
Yeah.
and the jelly on the floor.
Yeah, just call him Jelly. His final
Just
name.
call him
He's
final
Red Jam.
jelly.
Space.
No, what is it?
Red Jam.
Cherry Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you all are all of a sudden teleported, and the first sensation that you feel is slightly slippery, but also kind of crude, as you're feeling slightly higher up than you usually are, and you see, and you realize that you're walking on glass, way high up into the sky. As you look down and you see that you're on top of some sort of spire that is just made of glass. It is almost in the middle of the walkway. As you look around and you can see only in the horizons from the east and the west deserts high up, while the surrounding place is just the glass as far as you can see, except for the general vicinity. As you come through the portal or manifest around, you see a handful of halflings arguing with themselves in does anybody know Undercommon?
No.
I believe Julie.
Does she?
Really?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Right.
So, you're kind of just like in this, I guess, in this open space in the spire, and to your immediate right, just around the corner, three halflings are arguing, and they seem not even notice you because they seem to be almost at arms with each other, as they seem to talking about a debt and how their contributor doesn't seem to be paying a lot them nowadays, and they're having trouble to comprehending like what is he actually have the money to fund this expedition of his, or is just are they just getting toyed around and they will have no money at the end of this, no profit to be gained? Well, the other two halflings seem to be like very not content, but like level-headed, of like, he's paying us thus far and he hasn't finished a single payment. He just hides his gold very well. Looking around this general vicinity, and you actually didn't notice this because he's almost as still as a statue, by a bunch of what seems to be a telescope with a handful of machinery, cogs, wires, and the like. You see a tall human, quite young, in his mid to early 20s. It basically fits the description of Vision, who seems to be kind of fully hunched over, just kind of aligning or adjusting this telescope that it seems to be set into the sky. So yeah, you're all manifest, and none of you are caught by anyone's attention. How would you like to proceed?
Oh,
Quick, Vorum, sneak attack.
With how I've been rolling, I think I have a better chance of healing him if I try to hurt him.
So they just say you want to heal someone and just do damage that way.
Open heart surgery.
Oh God.
So, do we recognize the do we see our quarry? Do we see the one we're looking for? We see these halflings. Someone's adjusting a scope. Or do we call out for them?
Is the young man in his 20s blonde?
No.
With the telescope? No? Okay, so that's not him.
The music is so.
Insidious music, I know.
Anybody?
Just think like there's a horror monster next to the right behind the right door.
I know.
Alright, okay. I'll step forward. Excuse me, gentlemen, ladies, whoever you are.
Everybody, all the okay, for your perspective, Ducklick, except for Julie and not Julie, Vorum and Gen, you can see him. For the rest, it's just nothing. You see that the halflings all of a sudden just kind of immediately look at your direction, almost with like cautious look.
Visible?
Yeah, and it's like, how? This is a. To kind of start looking backwards. How did you get here? This is a private area. This is no place for outsiders. You look at the human. And he seems to be looking at all of you with a bit of surprise, but also he seems to be staring in something that is not. For Vorum and Gen's perspective, he seems to be noticing that there is a flying lich to your side.
Alright.
He has true sight.
So, looking at
check
look-
that guy.
looking at the human, I'm just gonna call Zorak.
The man immediately tenses up a bit. And the halflings just kind of look at him. Wait a minute, that's not his name. And Zarek immediately like, no, my dear friends, it's all a misunderstanding. They call me that in the West, in the Empire territory. They are here to discuss some monetary donations. As he kind of looks at all of you with like almost like a slight nod, like that's what
Exactly. You told us to meet you here. Sorry for just popping in like this, but I think we wanted to get this business over with.
Oh, true. Yes, very important. The Rock, Nazir, if you wish, this is a bit of a private matter and sensitive. Um, and the both halflings who are the cool ones almost immediately kind of nod and kind of walk, while the one that was agitated kind of stares at all of you, but then gets like dragged by the other halflings, and they seem to be murmuring under their breath, Julia, about how this is a restricted area and you should not just teleport in. And then you see Zarek just kind of stares at all of you, and then looks at the Lich. And it looks at all of you. The Lich is still invisible.
Right.
Who are you, and why you know my name, my true name?
Right. So you want to talk here, or you want to go somewhere?
You want to go somewhere private?
He kind of looks a bit confused. I don't know who you are. Why are you here? What do you want of me? I did no wrong.
I think we should just be
We're not here
upfront.
to like hurt
Dentistry.
you or anything. We're just here to talk. We're
Well,
here to talk.
we need to talk to you. It's of the utmost importance. Like world ending, almost.
Right. Okay. He kind of nods himself. So do tell. What can I provide for a world-ending? He kind of points at just Duckling. Why is he here?
Well, he's part of the helping with the world ending scenario.
Ducklick, he's our taxi.
Yeah, he's kind of also that. He gets us to and fro.
He's very well traveled, so he's the most accurate with his driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist here.
Duckling does not flinch or move. He does not take into consideration your comments as you're saying.
Terry like stands behind Ben, covered in monster blood with his
but
boots.
but the human just kind of looks at you. So
Too late for that.
So Zarek, yes, we know your true name. We don't mean to disturb your business or anything, but we need your help dealing with your ancestor, you could say.
My ancestor. He kind of almost like has the sour look upon him. Are you here to attempt to gather some information from my grandmother's vault? The one that I do not know its location?
No need for that. We're attempting to save her, and you might be the key to saving her from. Well, she's in a bad way. Let's just say.
What do you mean save her? She died 7 centuries ago. She was annihilated in the burning.
Are you sure about that?
Not exactly, Zorak. She's quite not dead, not alive, and she's affected by a terrible plague that is also spreading across the world.
I heard of no such plague. Also, why would a golden dragon cause a plague? He kind of looks around a bit, almost in frustration. So what am I to do with this? You just come
Well, we need a. He kind of points to his own teeth. We need a piece of you in order to affect your ancestor again. And the best part is a tooth.
A tooth.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of almost like looks at you like he looks like he's just getting like passive insight for all of you except for Terry. He feels like he's being played at some sort of game that he's not really understanding why, but he's somewhat of a punchline to this.
He
looks at the others
have a
like,
way of like showing people images, right? Like You've seen
Um,
Paranama before, right?
Well,
I will cast Minor
we did.
Illusion and Paranama and the Paranama prison and like illusion up the whole scene. You see that right there?
You
That's your mother. Your grandmother, sorry.
see, Zorak, your grandmother right now is frozen, stuck in this kind of time bubble. But when she was supposedly destroyed, something happened instead that changed her. And some people have been keeping her in prison, trying to use this infection to their own design.
He kind of observes it. Kind of eyes it for a bit. And then kind of looks at all of you. So a tooth to save my grandmother.
To save the world.
So what's the catch? See that you're not. He kind of looks at Terry. You seem to be overly equipped for this. To not just
finished off killing off a god. Sorry. Occupational hazard.
Yeah, again, this plague has twisted some people to its bidding. We've had to fight to get even close, and I fear we're going to have to continue fighting to get even closer to your grandmother. There's going to be more that are going to be standing in our way to help her so that we can save the world.
We do not wish to kill your grandmother. We wish to save her. In order to save her, it's a very delicate process that we do require your assistance on.
Yes.
So
They're
why are you
afraid
not? So why are you not taking the tooth? Why are you?
No, we need the tooth.
Because
it's
we
a part of
cannot
it.
force the tooth from you. It must be given willingly.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be almost backed away by that statement. Kind of eyes you again. How do you know this?
Because we've been places. We've talked to an even older draconic god who graced us with the information.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I will assist
Can I
in that.
assist by just looking extremely confident in the background, oblivious to the
Can I
Bardic
test
inspiration, and you have my assistance.
I mean,
Okay,
technically, he still has the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still never used the one from Cal.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Yes. That is not
Totally not intimidating at all, Terry.
Yeah.
No, he seems pretty discomforted.
That's 14. Inspiration is a D12. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's just...
No disadvantage, yeah. I mean, technically, if you're trying to be persuasive with someone who tries to be intimidated, that's kind of disadvantage.
Everything oblivious, there's a difference.
I know.
Sure.
Why does it keep changing the D to F? God damn it. Okay, D12 with advantage. Go.
Holy shit. Okay. He kind of comes closer.
It's not the
to all
first
of
time
you.
we've had to explain this.
He kind of comes closer to all of you and kind of walks past you as he kind of surveys the winding down pathway down to Spire and kind of looks through the glass exploring to just see where anybody else might be. That kind of looks
It's
at all of
just-
you. As eyeing you again, he says, "Well, I guess I have no obligation then to not assist you, but I do need assistance for it. As you most likely heard the halflings, money is the way of life in this desert. The more you have it, the more everybody around you are, content of you being here and tolerate your presence. I do not have a lot of money left, but I need to research and continue my studies and projects. I need some monetary recompense."
Sure, how much you want?
Sound too eager?
Everything's a price.
If you ask
everything's
me
right.
nicely, I'm sure I can get you the entire backing of the Platinum Seas out here.
He kind of almost flinches a bit. No. The Platinum Seas must not heard.
Scare him off.
Must not
Scare him.
know of this. This is a sensitive topic. One that, if pushed too much by the Platinum Seas, might cause something more severe than what you see in front of you.
Look casually watching this all go down.
No.
Yeah,
And
Douglas said, as for the money, about 85,000 gold pieces.
Got that right here.
She kind of, he really looks at you. Wait, what? Wait. Oh, he kind of.
Yeah.
I'm
So
really good at saving my money.
we've gotten the money covered. So how do you want us to do the tooth extraction?
Oh
You want to do
no!
that?
I'll do it myself. But how?
Don't worry about the how.
No.
We need to-
I will repay once if I find my grandmother's vault. It's somewhere
Sure.
up there. As he kind of points to the southeast, over just the desert, somewhere within the mountain ranges. There is her place of learning that she abandoned a long time ago.
Good luck finding that.
Is that the same vault we've been to?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just trying to get to her lair.
Oh no. That's maybe later. Now I just have this as he kind of points at the telescope with a bunch of wires and cogs, and you see occasionally just a crackle of electricity just courses through the telescope.
No, it's not necessary. Just help
Oh,
us
you research
save your
dragons?
grandmother and we can be fine.
As he seems to be very thankful, kind of nods his head, and you, Terry, you ask him, does he research dragons?
Like, kind of pulls up the lance. You guys probably know what question he's gonna ask.
No.
I don't think like he tries to hold up the Terry, not the time, please. Okay.
Like, I know you're a lovable idiot, but don't do that.
Terry, you do it, don't you?
You idiot.
He's like, as he tries to raise the lance, I just grab his arm and push it back down. Like, no,
So Terry,
no,
Terry, you doing that?
No.
If
We
someone
refuse
actively
for him.
stops him, he won't.
Let's not pull out a dragon killing weapon right now.
So Terry, are you actually doing it or no? Let's go.
I'm saying that he
we
attempted,
all
but
stop
can't
him
push
before
down.
he does.
Yeah. There was an attempt, and immediately the attempt failed.
Okay. Yeah. So I am. Yeah, I would. Yeah. 85,000 gold pieces, and the
Yep.
tip is yours.
Right then.
I'll put
So,
that in my inventory then.
Okay, so he kind of looks around again, and then kind of looks away from you, looking into the horizon to the south, and then he kind of extends his right hand, and you see several golden scales can be visible as he kind of reaches towards his mouth, and you hear this very, very bony and meaty clash before a sudden break happens.
Ah.
And then all of a sudden, almost instinctually, he kind of flinches forward. Ugh. Ah.
Is he like bleeding out of the mouth? Do I need to heal him?
You see a few drops run down through his hand as he kind of turns around. One of his hands is covered, while the other hand has a pristine ivory tooth of a dragon, of course covered in blood.
I take a handkerchief.
Yeah. Other interesting detail about this, because a handful of you have experienced seeing at least dragon teeth or dragon stuff. This one is special, as at the very root of the tooth, where the root into the where see it, it seems to be decked out in tiny pristine scales of gold, while the rest of the tooth is just ivory.
Really related.
Like, I want to pick up the, you take 2 fingers and pick it up, and I'm just like holding it up and examining it.
So the blade is so the fang is about 4 to 5.5 inches long, and it could make an excellent. It is extremely sharp, and technically just need to implant the hilt, or if you want to just be full barbaric, you can just shove it down towards someone. The blade, the fang looks, or the tooth, it looks extremely sharp and probably could sink in deeply into whatever you wish.
Wrapping it in a handkerchief because it's all bloody.
I just turn to Ducklick. Okay, so what do you need to do with the tooth?
Which
I'm
one?
gonna-
He kind of immediately just echoes out in not as loud of a voice, but more hushed one. So which one of you will wield the thing?
I think all of us are gonna point at Terry.
And
Wait.
you could point at Terry, but Terry's gonna look straight at Vorm.
I think it should probably be someone who could more stealthily kind of get the hit. So myself or Vorm.
You say that, but then Terry just gets lower to the ground because he can't physically reach his hand otherwise, and pulls up the hand with the ring on it, and he's got this.
So Worum. Oh no, Worum! Please tell me you're here.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just being quiet.
Illegal. You must be loud at all times.
I know, do you say to anything? Because everybody's looking at Terry, Terry's looking at you, and Ducklick is not looking at you.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Ducklick.
I will kind of.
And again,
I'll look at Terry and I'll say, if you plan to stand in front of the enemy and the danger and do your thing, then I think you might be slightly occupied. That said, Vorm kind of just shrugs his shoulders. My recent performance hasn't been too good. I might need to have some practice.
We got some inspiration right
Don't worry,
here
Vorm.
and right there. And I point at Julie.
And we all believe in you, Vorm.
Plus, I have a backup plan if you fail.
And
I'll just kind of sigh and say, I will hold on to it and
Or you
do
don't-
what
if
I
you don't-
can.
If you don't want to, I mean, I'll hold on to it. Don't feel like you're being forced into this position.
Because all of
Kelly's
us are
gonna
here by
actually
choice.
cast Cure Wounds on Zarek. Is that his name?
Zora.
Zarek, because he's bleeding.
I know.
Just so your colleagues don't get weirded out.
Mm-hmm.
Just be glad they can't actually see us.
So as
So,
goal is counted, Ducklick looks at you more and says, "If you wish to wield the blade, then decide how you see it fit. I do not know the purpose of it, but the one who has it might as well make it custom fitted."
I don't think
Or
the Platinum
themselves.
Seeds will hold back their purses on this one.
Wish is a bit of a strong word, but and then I kind of look at it. How long is it again?
About 4 to 5.5 inches. Like it's a slightly
Tooth.
curved tooth. Like it's not a single stab one. It's the one that you can like angle into someone.
Is the curve to the point it would be slashing rather than stabbing, or
You could do both stabbing and slashing, but if you feel like slashing would be just more satisfying.
Satisfying. To way to describe it.
okay? Well, if it's trying to be stealthy about it, then yeah, probably a kind of curved dagger that could be relatively easily concealed.
Yeah.
And in the sense of it being easy to use, probably not just as a raw tooth, maybe with
Wait.
a handle.
we shall discuss this.
Yeah.
As the Zanuck is actually gonna kind of just get the gold from you, Callie, right? And pretty positive just pockets it immediately. And you see his face just every once in a while you see that where his mouth is, occasionally all of a sudden by some sort of either illusion magic or some shape shifting, his place where the lip is, all of a sudden just has like a bunch of like what's it called? It becomes purple as in suffered a bunch of like trauma in there, but then slowly, not slowly, but immediately kind of ripples back to basically no effect at all. As he kind of looks at all and says, if you wish to stay, the halflings at the bottom probably will prepare some supper. Or all would be invited to join us if you wish. Ducklick immediately kind of flies towards. They could, or they proceed back to Afrona
Yeah.
and decide their next point of plan. Celebrations will come later. For now, we got a task at hand.
We're still
Nods.
kind of on a time clock, but thank you, Zorak. I'm gonna give him a bow. Do appreciate your willingness to help.
Oh no! The pleasure is mine. Not only the money, but saving the world as well.
The money's
Perhaps
mentioned first.
we'll come back and help you in this endeavor after saving the world and such. But until then, we should be going.
Blood-covered Terry just kind of like waves.
So,
Over it.
so with that, all of you are taken away with a single teleportation spell, and with that, we're gonna call it. Or do you want to continue?
I mean,
I think this is a
it's
good
about
stopping
12
point.
minutes. It's about
Honestly,
12 minutes
though-
to our stuff. Unless
I mean-
you want to like go back into some roleplay.
I would say it might be beneficial just to go for like the extra 10 minutes so we can set up for the next session.
Okay. So,
Get the dagger.
so,
Dagger ready.
so.
Then not start next session with crafting.
So give me a second. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, we could say the
Oh
crab
no!
thing.
You gave the tooth to Worm, and that's gonna be on the Worm's thing. And Worm,
Yeah.
we can always talk about teeth, you know. uh, so, teleportation. One teleportation later, you are back at the familiar place of. Why is it not playing? Hell yeah, it's playing. You're back at the Marble Pike, your lodgings, your place where you got the whole house for yourself. In the kitchen area, you're all see that it's quite bright out, and the clock Terry reads about 5:37 p.m.
Key time orb.
Yeah. As you see, kind of Tabby is kind of playing with this like specter cat on the table, and just
Bloodied.
no. While Tabby is just kind of, you don't see Tabby, but you can hear slight grunts above on like maybe third floor, as you also hear slight swings of a blade.
Okay, so Tabby's upstairs. Hannah is playing with the
Clean
cat.
up and head that direction. We're gonna leave Vorb to craft his weapon.
Uh-huh.
Keep it.
So
Is the spectral
Not-
cat the one that we saw with Julie?
no, it's a different one. It seems to be like a snow white cat that has this like tiny bluish cloak with a bunch of platinum seeds insignias. It seems like a very much Hannah's cat. Well, as the Ducklick looks at you, Worm says, "Since you were chosen, Dwarf, you will decide the specifications of the blade, and then you will deliver me this information for the blade to be crafted. Afterwards, nothing else remains but the prison." And then kind of he looks at all of you. "Prepare what you want. Prepare what you will. Make your final farewells or goodbyes, because this will be a difficult task. As for me, I got a business otherwise. Have a good evening," as he kind of vanishes into the blue flame. Or you're left in the Marble Pike. So,
We did it, guys. We killed it.
yeah.
Got
what
the
i-
tooth.
So what is everybody doing? As you also have, I guess Worm has the tooth of the Golden Dragon.
Assuming Callie will probably want to message Crescent Moon.
I left a
reminded
note
me-
for her.
Alright, fair enough. I'm assuming Vorm probably wants to get that weapon worked on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Worm, as for you, I will tell you how it works. So don't worry. Just figure out what the rest of you do, because technically, once the blade is done, nobody's stopping you from doing the final steps.
No mission.
I'm
Yeah.
just finishing it. So
So
this is it. This is it, guy.
No. Okay, if you.
Like kind of
Probably
standing
going.
there, just go ahead.
No, Terry's gonna presentation of the armor clean a bit.
Now you clean it.
He wasn't really. It takes off the helmet, and you guys notice his eyes are red at this point, not because of blood, surprisingly. No.
No, it's from the sand.
I need a moment. And it.
Sure.
Yeah, I think you need to wash your eyes out.
Hey, yeah.
I will.
Like hearing the
follow
sound
Terry.
upstairs. I'm like, Terry, maybe you should go upstairs.
Could use some support at the moment.
I will. I'll follow Terry up.
Really, hold up. Surprise. Julie following someone else is expected.
So
This is Just kind of stand like, okay, this is it. We've marked out the distractions. After this, we like either save the world or we do it.
Die trying. You're just saying that with Vorm and Hannah in the room.
I think we need a victory
Callie.
meal.
And he's like saying it like everyone's walking, so everybody could hear him. And he kind of just sits next to Hannah and doesn't say anything. Just pulls out a chocolate muffin. He just hands it over.
Muffin!
She kind of lazily looks at the cat and looks at all of you. Ah, welcome back, I guess.
And across the border.
Shut up. I hope you had whatever you've been doing. We've been watching the house. No intrusions. No, neither that would be there. But anyway, welcome back. And
Who's this little kitty?
this is my little kitty. You see,
And
it's a
what's the little kitty's name?
She kinda
I
looks.
put you on the spot.
She kind of looks to the side. It's also it's Hannah.
Little Hannah.
Little Hannah, tiny Hannah, top hat Hannah. And then she kind of gives like this flinch with all of her fingers towards the cat, and all of a sudden the cat has like a tiny bluish top hat. See?
Oh.
Oh,
It's adorable.
weird.
Yes. As yeah, the cat is a cat. What is everybody else doing?
I think Kelly's gonna try to make a victory meal for everybody.
Well, yeah, Callie's first time cooking, and it's like Fey Wild stuff that.
Oh, absolutely! It's a whole
All wild
vegetarian.
magic.
Is vegetarian.
Okay.
Wild
So-
magic just goes off everywhere.
I will tell you simply this now, for you are at the precipice of the end. You will need to wait at least a singular day until the blade is finished. And then it's up to your own discretion when you wish to set foot upon your final journey. Decide what you want to do, measure your time, and I guess then we're gonna call it, as you got a whole week to decide how long, what you wish to do, while you still have, I guess, the normal living life.
I think probably
Alright.
we're probably gonna spend the first day of the next session having the last normal day of our lives.
The
We all-
first hour is the normal.
We all did just take a step, all of us except for Julie, who's already gotten there, just took another step to godhood, so I feel like we're getting further and further removed from normal.
Alrighty, so yeah. With that, I'm gonna call it. Congratulations on the rest of the party except for Julie for reaching Mythic level 3. Hey, Julie's Mythic level 4.
I know the way you said it.
Yeah.
She defeated Kurian. She defeated Kurian, at least.
She
won the blow.
she was such a humble individual that she gave all of you a boost instead of herself. Look at her go. Look at her
Let's be
go.
honest here. If that was true, then we would have all been that level already.
True. So,
Yeah, I
w-
probably would have done that level if I soloed him. But since I let you guys join me,
yeah. Also,
Son of a.
so with that, say what you want for the next 20 seconds before shutting the stream down with no survivors. Go.
It's
as the
Turn
light
this
over.
fades
immortal
black,
god.
Julie places her hand upon Terry's lance.
If you say
What?
Why are you touching his lance? I don't think Callie wants you touching his lance.
No.
I don't think
Oh,
Callie
you
would like you
was very
touching his
careful.
lance.